My name is Hashim Atakura Suleiman, and I'll be taking you through pre-construction termite treatment. I think a lot of people always want to dodge termite treatment because of the cost. Many people, before they do the construction, they try to skip the pre-construction termite treatment. It's a very big mistake. You see, even before you ground your building, you have where you're going to pour your slab, you have to make sure the soil that is in contact with the building, that is going to be in contact with the building, has been thoroughly treated, because you are going to sink so much money into such a building, and termite treatment is one of the most important things that you will come back biting if it is not properly done. So we are going to take you through a few steps how termite treatment before the construction and even so after the construction can be done and save you costs whilst you build your new home, you build your new project. Because termite on pre-construction is now gaining world and global attention because of the devastation that termite can cause. So stay tuned. The soil directly beneath the building, where you pour the slab, is where the focus is. And this has to be done early in the early stages of the construction, because you don't want to have a building in a scenario where in Ghana and most part of Africa where we build, it takes us time to finish a project, not where we have timelines, because it's your own project and you want to do it at your own pace. You don't do any of this treatment, you leave the building, or you go there every quarter to go and build at your own pace. In 2-3 years, the termite would have infested the building that is not even completed yet. That is where the problems begin. So before you come and you want to plaster and go to the roof and finish, you already have termite infestation, and I don't think that's a good investment. So the soil where the building is going to be grounded is the first focus, and you do this in the early stages because you don't want to finish your building and then there's termite in the building. So the soil is treated thoroughly with insecticide. There are a lot of insecticides. I don't want to mention any particular brand here unless I am asked for advice, because I don't want to be biased, but there are a lot of good ones that can last as many years, 8 to 15 years, sometimes 10 years, but every year you have to keep doing inspection. You have a team that will come and be doing inspection once the treatment has been done, but it is the best insurance against termite infestation. And no, this pre-construction termite treatment and its insecticide, it kills the termite, and in some cases it repels them for a long period of years, but it only kills subterranean termite. This is not for dry wood termite. So if any of these works are done, you have any machinery works that is still ongoing even while the treatment has been completed, it means that there's likelihood that it may disturb the system that has been put in place. So if after the treatment has been done, obviously there will be machinery work and some artisanal work that will be going on. If it happens on the soil that is immediately around the building, then some kind of buffer or augmentum has to be done when the building is completed. But the foundational soil and the ground is still secured, just that the peripheral soils have to be treated to make sure that nothing is left to chance. Because once there's a little chance for penetration, subterranean termite, they are always in the colony of millions, and their devastation is normally very huge. So this is how we go about it in early stages, and keep monitoring. Once the soil around the building is disturbed, even the least disturbance, then you make sure that there is augmentum that has to be done when the building is completed, so that you know that it's a full-scale 360 that has been in place for your building to be safe. So here are the few points for the architect, the designers, the engineers, and the contractors. They have a critical role to play when it comes to termite prevention in terms of this long term, to make sure that their clients do not suffer the devastation of termites, because most people are not aware of this. But for engineers, the designers, the architects, and even the construction guys, they are fully aware. Most of them are aware, and they try to do window screen, as it were, some kind of dressing, window dressing, small, trying to prevent the problem. But you have to do the right thing. The whole sauna has to be done. the 360 has to be constructed, and make sure it is thoroughly done. And also, one of the mistakes with this amateur termite treatment is that there's chemical abuse. People think that because you have to put more chemical to get effectiveness, they think they have to put more chemical to get effectiveness. That's not how it works. You have to use the appropriate dosage. So they put the prescribed dosage there for a reason. And you see, there's the type of soil, the problem, if the area is prone to termite. So whether they are there physically or not, or are all determining by the slope, the type of soil, and even the type of building that is going to be constructed, because the depth of the foundation also will determine the kind of treatment that has to be conducted for the building. So architects and then contractors don't have to let their clients suffer for this kind of mishap and a misfortune, because if so much money has been sunk into a project, it is only appropriate that termite, which has become a global menace in terms of construction and real estate, nobody can simplify the effect and then underestimate their damage. So I believe that if they're able to follow through inspection, the site inspection, preparation, and even follow-up treatments when the building is done completely, they have to make sure that they are the custodian of the project until it is handed over to the owner. They are making sure that every precautionary step is taken and is taken properly to make sure that they have a foolproof building at the end.